The purpose of power. The purpose of power. It's Pentecost week. This Sunday is Pentecost Sunday. It is when the Holy Spirit baptized the believers after 10 days of prayer, 50 days after the Passover, or Jesus' then crucifixion and resurrection. And then Pente, 50. 50 days after that point, we're now at Pentecost Sunday, this Sunday, and we're talking about the purpose of power this morning. But before we do that, just want to greet some people and get into the word this morning. How's everybody on this morning? Friday. Happy Friday. Thank goodness, thank God it is Friday. Make sure you go to somebody's church this Sunday. I know it is also Memorial Day weekend, and you're going to be enjoying some time, the kickoff of the summer. But don't forget, if you're in the sun, don't forget the sun. Well, let's greet some people on this morning. Good morning, Brenda. How are you on this morning? Shadriel, how are you on this morning, buddy? Good morning, Diane. How are you? Good morning, Angela. How are you? Francine, how are you on this morning? Pamela, how are you on this morning? Angela, how are you guys on this morning? Brother Nesbitt, how you doing, buddy? Good morning, Dagny. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is. And this morning, we're concluding this whole week. We've been talking about Holy Spirit. It is Pentecost week. It is Pentecost Sunday. And I've been trying to lead you into that as well as in eChurch. If you're checking out eChurch, don't miss eChurch. On this past Sunday, I talked, this past Wednesday, rather, I dealt with the controversies, if you will, the dancing in the spirit, the tongues, and all of that. I wasn't saying not to, I was just giving you clarification about them. And going to be talking about that next week as well. So don't miss any of that. Good morning, Orlando. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good morning, Peggy. How are you on this morning? And so that's what we dealt with all weekend today. The purpose of power. The purpose of power. Going to give you the text talk takeaway. Put your comments in the chat area. Share right now. Others will get it. If it's your first, second, or third time with us, joining us, please say hello so we'll know who you are. Good morning, Sint. How are you on this morning? Let's get into the word. The text is this: Acts 1 and 5, Acts 1 and 5 and 8. That whole first chapter, second chapter. Here it is. Jesus talking to them. He says, "You will be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days from now." You're going to be baptized, disciples, 11 of you, with the Holy Spirit. John came to baptize you in water, Jesus said, but I've come to baptize you in the Holy Spirit. You're going to be immersed into the power of God. What is the power? What is power? The definition of power is the ability to do this, that, or the other. The Greek word that is used in Acts when it came down and they had power from on high is dunamis, dunamis, or our translation would be dynamite, dynamite, an explosion, an explosion. So that's what took place. Well, there should be an explosion, an immersion into the power of God after you get saved. Okay, you're saved. You have the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, but you need the immersion in the baptism of the Holy Spirit because it's going to give you some power. What are you going to use the power for? What's the purpose of it? Here it is: power to live right. Second, power to walk right. Third, power to talk right. Fourth, power to overcome. Fifth, power to get wealth. Yeah, power to get wealth. That's what he says back in Deuteronomy. I give you the ability or the power to get wealth. The, the power of the Holy Spirit gives you the creativity and the ability to get wealth. What is that power? The power to keep your mouth shut. You weren't ready for that one. But the power to keep your mouth shut. We tend to look at, and we're almost at the takeaway, we tend to look at the Holy Spirit as something, the Spirit that lives within us, immerses us in his power, as demonstrative only, a worship experience. Paul wrote to the church at Thessalonica and said, "Quench not the Holy Spirit." Well, it's not talking about a worship experience then. He was talking about the free flowing power of Holy Spirit in your life. He was not talking about, we tend to use that, quench not the spirit. The power of God is moving, let it flow, don't quench the spirit. No, that's fine. But that's not what he's talking about there. Quench not the power to live right, walk right, talk right, overcome to get well. Don't quench that. Let it free flow by the immersion, because Jesus says, I came that you might be what? Baptized in this. I said it once before, I'll say it again, and then I'm going to close out. I need you to go to church Sunday too, because it's Pentecost Sunday. It's just like this water bottle that I have here. It's a water bottle. You can fill it with water, right? That's the indwelling of the Spirit of God when you get saved. But you can take this same water bottle and then put it into water itself. Because then this, full of the Spirit, needs to now be immersed in the Spirit, the baptism. And when you have that explosion in your life, don't quench it. Don't quench it. What's your takeaway this morning? You got the power, use it. You got the power, use it. Make sure you go to church this Sunday. It's Pentecost Sunday. The Lord be with you today. May his face shine upon you and give you peace. Have a great weekend. Have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'll see you Monday morning with more Morning Manna. Bye now.